you jealous.
Well, next week is my birthday, so you better say hello to me next week.
Yeah, I know. I'm so embarrassed. But the problem is the camera's on Steffi.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm a confused old fellow.
Aww.
Good morning.
Aw.
Good morning.
Good morning, Charlie.
Much to Eve Chagrin, the name of the show is
Stephanie Miller.
Charlie Pierce.
Extra, read all about it.
Nice.
Drink your pee for a miracle cure.
Nice.
Extra.
Nice. Who
Charlie-
reference? Nice.
Charlie,
Very nice.
you have covered
Always
a lot
who
of things
references
in your
me.
years as a
You know,
reporter.
my lasting jealousy is the fact that you've actually met Roger Daltrey.
I have his email address.
Are you
Tell him to send
impressed?
me a card.
Are you impressed with my restraint that I didn't jump in and say who? I think you should. Okay. Well, and it's like your piece on insurrection, on overthrowing the United States government. You said, of course, Joe Biden's speech was political. January 6th saw political violence with a political goal. Was the speech divisive? God, I hope so. There should be a division between democratic self-government and the violence of a mob. You said Thursday was the day Joe Biden became president, to borrow a phrase. He became president when he called out his predecessor for the threat to American republic that he continues to be. Just as important, he arranged the political party from which this presidential thuggery emerged. I mean, yes. And you say
That's the important part.
Yeah.
That's the important part, by the way, is that you cannot divorce the last 40 years of Republican politics from
Right.
that president.
Yep.
I mean, there are a lot of people, including some that we purport to admire these days, who are trying to do that, and you can't do that.
yeah.
I
Well-
mean, you really can't.
Well, and you said his speech was a challenge to people in my business and to all American citizens to take seriously the continuing peril to the republic. I mean, I was saying about, you can't believe the gasping clutch the pearls moment it was when Mike Rounds just said Trump lost. Just like, what? Oh no, what? I mean, it's
And he went bananas.
Right.
I mean, even by Donald Trump standards.
right.
I mean, it must be amazing down at Mar-a-Lago. He must just be wandering in the halls like that guy in the Twilight Zone who's locked in the guy who's the devil who's locked in the cage, and the guy frees him, and he walks through the hallways howling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in fact, a lot of this stuff happening yesterday, you feel the walls closing in. I hope so, Charlie, with Georgia, that obviously it appears they
And
are.
that was an interesting little tidbit that Dr. Maddow had last night.
Which part?
About Trump's lawyers having met with the Georgia prosecutors.
Yeah, which Glenn Kirshner said this morning. That's usually the last step before, indictment, grand jury, whichever road they're going. I mean,
if he's going to be indicted in Georgia, his lawyers already know it,
Yeah.
and presumably so does he.
yeah.
Which I think Maddow's right in attributing that lunatic tweet he put out, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
What are we calling?
Even
not
for
tweet,
him, it was unhinged.
statements
yeah.
from the 45th president of the United States.
Statement
Bum,
from
bum, bum, bum.
Here comes President of the United States.
Yep.
Gotta wait for Eric.
Okay.
Yep.
But this other one, a district judge contradicted a Trump attorney after he argued that presidents are entitled to immunity even if they are inciting a riot. He heard pleadings in the 3 lawsuits that seek to hold Trump accountable for January 6th by invoking the Ku Klux Klan law. The lawsuits are being brought by 2 Democratic members of Congress and Capitol Police. The judge noted the qualifications for presidential immunity based on a functional approach. He said, what function was Trump performing by virtue of the various tweets on January 6th? His lawyer said Trump's immune from lawsuits regardless of statements he made. The judge asked, would you have me ignore what Trump said in his entirety? The Trump attorney said, yes, sir. He then claimed Trump's January 6th rally was in no way related to politics. The judge said that's not true, at least not according to the allegations. Then he also asserted that Trump enjoyed presidential immunity when he contacted Georgia officials about the election results. In a response, the lawyer told the judge the Supreme Court has said presidents can be held liable for purely private actions, which that clearly was. Right, Charlie? I mean, he said Trump's speech qualified as a private action because he was advocating for his campaign, not just election integrity in general. I don't see where he has a legal...
He wasn't challenging like the Senate votes or the House votes.
Right.
He wasn't saying that that Marjorie Taylor Greene's election was dishonest.
Right.
Or flawed.
Right. Yeah, no, exactly. So what's going to happen with Pence? Obviously they're in a dance with the January 6th committee. What do you think is
Yeah,
happening?
I think Pence is going to testify eventually.
Okay.
He's got plans for the future, and he'll see he'll sense the way the wind is blowing, and he'll testify. I don't know what he'll say. I mean, he'll hide behind executive privilege, I'm sure, but I think he'll put in an appearance.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that's what they're saying. But they're saying he wants the cover of a subpoena because he doesn't want to look like
Right.
he's
Yeah.
cooperating.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't want to. He still has, God knows why. He still has presidential ambitions,
Oh, that's so cute.
which is completely ridiculous. But
I still think I'm going to get a Carol Burnett show.
Well, you can watch it on DVD. I'll give you the DVD package.
You know what? We can use one of the terraces out back as a stage. We can film it, and then you can watch it over and over again on your own TV.
Dad's got a barn.
Yeah.
This is turning into an Andy Hardy movie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can have the show right here.
We've got a barn.
A Mickey Rooney movie. Yes.
My uncle
Mickey
my
and
Uncle
Judy.
My Uncle Goober can sew the costume.
Exactly.
And we can
It's a leaky barn, but I've got a barn.
we can broadcast it only to you,
By
Stephanie.
the way, I get my Carol Burnett show fixed every night on MeTV,
Yes, you do.
Yes.
It's, yay, yay, yay.
Nice.
and sometimes I even get Carol Burnett chilling for her show on MeTV.
Yes, you do.
There's a whole Carol Burnett channel on Pluto TV.
What?
24 hours a day
What?
of nothing but Carol Burnett shows.
Oh, good. That means
it's like
another
Jody-
check.
You can pretend you're in Jody's childhood.
There you go.
Yes. My home movies are aired all the time.
All right, Charlie, say adieu to your lover.
Jody, have a good week.
You too, sir.
Sorry, I confused you with the other woman.
Yeah,
who
don't
was
do that again. Especially
won't.
next week.
I won't.
You have a giant mook name
Please
tag,
punish
so I
me.
don't misidentify you.